YouTube, it's Sarah and I have a book haul for you. I'm supposed to be focusing on reading the books I already have, but I apparently have no self-control, or very little, because I have stopped myself from buying some books, just not all of them. I thought I would start today with the Audible books that I have purchased this year. Now, when I get a Audible audiobook, it's usually because I'm going to read it like that day or next, and I want to have that book ready on my phone, downloaded for when I finish the book I'm currently listening to, because the Wi-Fi at work is not very reliable and I don't want to kill my data. I don't have a whole lot of data on my phone plan, so I download them at home before I go to work. So most of these, I think all but one, I've already listened to, and that one I just purchased last week. So, let's just jump right into this, shall we? The first Audible audiobook I purchased was actually a pre-order. This one I was definitely not going to keep myself from buying. This is one of my auto buys every year. There's two full books published, and then every other year there's a short story. The first book of this series that came out this year was Echoes in Death by J.D. Robb. I have a full review of that, so go check that out. And I guess I couldn't hold my excitement for this book, so I downloaded a whole bunch, okay, not a whole bunch, but a few of the in-depth audiobooks. Usually I would check these out for my library, but didn't really want to be at the whims of if the books were available or not. So I decided to download a few so that I wouldn't have to worry about that in the future, because I do tend to re-listen to them often. I just don't always count it in my Goodreads, so you may not really know when I re-listen to them. I'm really bad at re-listening to these books. So we have a whole bunch here from the In Death series. Next on the list is Innocent in Death by J.D. Robb. This, I think I mentioned in my January wrap-up, was the book that got me started on this series. I checked out the CD audio version of it from my library several years ago, and ever since then I've been hooked. I basically finished that book and then did some research to figure out all the books that had been published to then. Up to that point was surprised that there were like 30 or some books already out, so I got a reading. The next book I downloaded was Creation in Death, again by J.D. Robb, part of the same series. And I also got Concealed in Death, again by J.D. Robb, and J.D. Robb is the pen name of Nora Roberts. Since this series is more mystery romance than just romance, fantasy, or whatever she decides to mix things with, she went with a pen name, and then at a certain point they released that J.D. Robb is actually Nora Roberts. So now on the covers you'll see some reference to it being Nora Roberts writing as J.D. Robb. Next was another auto buy for me, part of the League series, and that was Born of Vengeance by Sherilyn Kenyon. I also have a full review of this book. I think I did it on my blog. I don't remember now. So go check that out. I was not as thrilled with this book as I was with ones in the past. And I think that was because we had to relive a lot of things already covered in previous books, because this character has made appearances in other books. And to keep things in order so that it made sense, any kind of sense, we had to relive a lot of it. And so I found those parts rather, I don't want to say dull, but I wasn't as engaged because I already knew what was going to happen. I also downloaded Dance with the Devil by Sherilyn Kenyon. This is one of her Dark Hunter books. I've been interested in reading some of her other series, so I've started with her Dark Hunter series. I happened to grab one by chance, I don't even remember when, liked it, and so thought I'd try the rest of them. Another series that I found a book somewhere in the middle that I kind of liked and decided to start from the beginning was the Kate Daniel series. So I downloaded the first book, Magic Bites by Ileana Andrews. I did not like this as much as the other book that I read from the series, but that could be because it was book one, and sometimes we don't like book one as much as some of the others because there's a lot of introductions that happen in the first book. So I'm hoping that was why I didn't like it, and will be picking up the second book. I have no idea when, since I've been successful at holding myself off from that. And the last Audible audiobook I got and just purchased the end of March is Yes Please by Amy Poehler. I also picked up a like 2-for-1 kind of deal with a book where I got the Kindle version, and then because you get the Kindle version you can get a deal on the Whisper Sync, and so you can switch between reading the book or listening to it. I tend to basically just listen, so I don't even know why I do the Kindle and the Whisper Sync, but I did. The Kindle book was, I think, like $1.99 or 99 cents or something, where it was only like $3.99 I think total for both the Kindle and the audio, so to me that was a good deal. And that book is Arcane, the Arinthinian Line, Book 1 by Sever Brani. Next, I picked up a few Kindle books. I really need some control here or something. The first Kindle book is The Midnight Sea, the Fourth Element book by Kate Ross. And this next one I actually don't even remember purchasing. It must have been a freebie or something that caught my eye. The Gangsters Son, a Shing Sato mystery by Joseph Mark Brewer. I also purchased Rhydian Gate Online by James Hunter. Next I got The Dragon and the Witch by K.T. Tome. For its initials, K.T., not Katie. K.T. Tome. And the last Kindle book I purchased is Bonds by Marie Ann Cope. I also requested and received 4 e-arcs from NetGalley, which I need to read. Actually, one of them I'm purposefully holding off on because it's not released until September, and so I don't really want to like get all giddy for it now. And that one is Mask of Shadows by Lindsay Miller. I also received Fall of the Dragon Prince, which actually came out in February. I didn't get it until March, but I do need to read it. And that is by Dan Allen. I also received Fallout by Will Mara and Willowborn by Shauna Miles. And now for the physical books. I got too many books. I purchased a birthday gift for my husband in January and then needed to add some things so that it would have free shipping. So of course, I got books. I got Witchbuster Bind Up 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 with the birthday present. A few Saturdays ago, actually I think it was in February, maybe early March, I don't remember when now, I did a vlog where I went to the library and Barnes & Noble, and from Barnes & Noble one of the things I got was Truth Witch by Susan Dennard, a autographed copy. It's autographed. Also on that trip I got Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. I didn't realize I got so much. Also on that trip I got the first book, Fruits Basket Collector's Edition, which is currently loaned out to my sister, and on a follow-up trip with my sister I got volume 2. So those are all the books I purchased / requested in the first 3 months of this year. Doing really good on this book buying ban to read the books I already own, aren't I? If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see other bookish related videos, please hit the subscribe button down below and be sure to hit the bell notification to be notified of when I post new videos. You can also find me on my social medias, Twitter, Goodreads, Facebook, and such, links down below in the description, and I will see you soon with a new video. TTFN!